Okay, financial accounting 2. Okay, in the yesterday's class we'll discuss the introduction part. Okay, total how many units are there. Okay, we'll introduce just introductions of all the 5 units. Okay, today we will start the first unit. Okay, first unit is bills of exchange, but instead of bills of exchange we will start the easy unit. That unit name is accounts from incomplete records. Okay, it is easy chapter. Okay, first we'll discuss the accounts from incomplete records. Accounts from incomplete records. So under this we mainly discuss the topic is single entry system. Okay, we mainly do the problems under this method of single entry system. Okay, what is a single entry system, what are the features, what is the difference between single entry system and double entry system, what are the defects are there in single entry system, books and accounts maintained. Next is ascertainment of profit and statement of affairs and conversion method. Okay, so first we'll know the single entry system. What is single entry system? Single entry system. First write down the meaning of this. Any set of procedures for ascertaining profits that does not provide for the analysis of each transaction in terms of the double entry system. In terms of the double entry system of bookkeeping is generally referred as single entry system. Okay, this is the meaning of single entry system. Now see, any set of procedures for ascertaining what? For ascertaining the profit in any business. Okay, first we will calculate the profit now. For ascertaining the profit, that does not provide for analysis of each transaction in terms of the double entry system of bookkeeping. Means any set of procedures for ascertaining profit, the single entry system does not provide for the analysis of each transaction. Okay, which does not provide for the analysis of this transaction in terms of the double entry system. Okay, this single entry system is not provide for the double entry system. Means there is only single entry, only one entry, but in double entry system there will be two entries will be there. Okay, one is debit and second one is credit. What is the rule of double entry system? There must be debit corresponding to a credit, but in single entry system which does not provided for that. Okay, so it is termed as in generally it is termed as a single entry system. Strictly speaking, that the single entry system constitute the incomplete records rather than the single entry accounting. So therefore, the expression of the single entry does not mean there is only one entry for each transaction, but in fact single entry system is a mixture of double entry, single entry and no entry. So based upon the transactions it will be written. Okay, under this single entry system, it is regarded as only personal accounts. Okay, under this only personal accounts, of debtors and creditors. Debtors and creditors are maintained. Okay, and the real accounts and nominal accounts. Real accounts and nominal accounts may not be maintained in the books of accounts. Now see, okay, under this single entry system is generally used to denote the method of maintaining the books of accounts. For every organization, every business, there must be maintain the books of accounts. Under that single entry system, which does not follow the principles of double entry system. Okay, this single entry system does not follow any principles of double entry system. It does not mean there is one entry for each transaction, that is only one account is given, that account is debit or credit for each transaction. Okay, there is only one entry for each transaction, that is only one account is given, that is debit or credit for each transaction. In simply means the double entry system are not being followed for all transactions. Okay, so according to the single entry system, only personal accounts of debtors means customers, and creditors means suppliers. Okay, personal accounts of debtors and creditors are maintained, but real accounts means assets, and nominal accounts may not be maintained in the books of accounts. Then what is personal account? Personal account means the account which is related to the person name is known as a personal account. Okay, then what is real account? Real account means the account which is related to the assets is known as a real account. Assets means assets are classified into two types: current assets and fixed assets. Current assets means the asset which can be converted into cash easily within a period of 1 year is known as a current assets. For example is debtors, stock, bills receivable, like that. Next is fixed assets. Fixed assets means any asset which cannot be converted into cash easily within period of 1 year is known as a fixed assets. Example is buildings, machinery, furniture, investments, like that. Okay, the next is nominal accounts. Nominal accounts related to expenses, losses, incomes and gains. Okay, so under the single entry system we will take the only personal accounts. Real and nominal accounts may not be maintained in the books of accounts. According to Kohler, in his Books of Accountants defines the single entry system as a system of bookkeeping in which, as a rule, only records cash and personal accounts are maintained. It is always incomplete double entry varying with the circumstances. Thus, single entry system actually refers to incomplete records or the defective of double entry system. This is the meaning of single entry system. The next is features of single entry system. So there are several features are there. Now see what are that is. One is maintenance of books. Maintenance of books. And next is only personal accounts are maintained. Only personal accounts are maintained. Maintenance of cash book. Next is information is ascertained from original documents. Next is lack of uniformity. The next is difficulty to prepare. Financial statements. To prepare financial statements. These are the features of single entry system. Now we will discuss now. First feature is maintenance of books. Okay, maintenance of books means small business organization maintain their accounts under the system. Okay, so mainly the single entry system is maintained by the small business organization, and the large business organization will definitely follow the double entry system. Companies and corporate bodies, because of legal provisions to which they are subjected to, cannot keep their books under the single entry system. They can keep the books of accounts under the double entry system, but this maintenance of books is small business organization maintains this single entry system. Small business organizations maintains this single entry system. The next is only personal accounts are maintained. So before we discuss now, only personal accounts are maintained. Real and nominal accounts are may not be maintained in the books of accounts now. So in this system, only personal accounts of debtors as a customers and suppliers or creditors are maintained. Real and nominal accounts are completely ignored. Real and nominal accounts are completely ignored. The next is in the absence of record of the twofold aspect of every transaction, it is not possible to prepare a trial balance. Okay, under this single entry system, it is not possible to prepare the trial balance and the check arithmetical accuracy of books of accounts. Similarly, no balance sheet can be prepared in the absence of balances in ledger. With the closing balances of ledger only, we will prepare the trial balance now. So that's why it is not possible to prepare the trial balance and the balance sheets. The next is maintenance of cash book. Maintenance of cash book. Under this system, it is very common a cash book is maintained to record cash receipts and cash payments. It may include both business and personal transactions. Include the business and personal transactions. The next is information is ascertained from the original documents. Original documents means vouchers. For collection of information, it is often depends on the original documents. Example, sales invoices, purchases invoices, etc. Then next is lack of uniformity. Okay, lack of uniformity. So there is no uniformity in following this system. Uniform means constant. Okay, there is no constant system in this following of single entry system. So it is followed as per the convenience of the person or the organization in question and vary with the circumstances, as the persons has their own wish, but it is preparing the single entry system depending upon the convenience of that persons. So this under this it is an unscientific and unsystematic method. Unsystematic method. The next is difficulty to prepare financial statements. Difficulty to prepare financial statement. Without information, can we prepare final accounts? That means profit and loss account, balance sheet. With the sufficient information we will prepare. Sufficient information means journal entries, ledger, all the ledger accounts, trial balance. And without preparing any accounts, we can't prepare any financial statements. Okay, under this single entry system we will maintain only personal accounts. We are not maintaining nominal and real accounts. That's why in the it is difficulty to prepare the profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Okay, so that's why it is difficulty to prepare financial statement in the absence of complete information as to nominal and real accounts. So it is difficulty to prepare this profit and loss account and balance sheet. Profit or loss under this method is only an estimate. Based upon the estimate we will calculate the profit or loss. These are the features of single entry system. The next is difference between the single entry system and double entry system. Difference between single entry system and double entry system. Okay, now see what are the basic differences. First difference is or like write like this is basis, distinction, double entry system, next is single entry system. So under the basis of distinction is, first one is assumptions and principles, assumptions and principles, both aspects of all, both aspects of all, nature of accounts, the next is trial balance, determination of true profit or loss, next is financial position, the next is adjustments, next is utility, next is recognition. Okay, these are the main distinction about the double entry system and the single entry system. Now see, the first one is assumptions and principles. Double entry system means under the double entry system we have to follow the rules, principles, assumptions. Okay, in the double entry system there is a double, means every debit there is a corresponding entry for credit, means two aspects are there, one is debit aspects and second is credit aspect. Okay, under these assumptions and principles, so this double entry system is based on certain assumptions and principles. We have accounting principles are there. What are the accounting principles? Are accounting concepts and convention, means business entity concept, going concern concept, money measurement concept, dual aspect concept, realization concept, like that it is based on the certain assumptions and principles. Under this single entry system it is not based on certain assumptions and principles. The next one is both aspects of all. both aspects of all means under this both the aspects, that is debit and credit, both debit and credit of all transactions are recorded. Here both aspects of all the transactions are recorded. Here is all transactions are recorded. All transactions are recorded under the single entry system. All transaction, both the aspects, that aspects are what? Debit aspect, credit aspect. In this debit aspect, credit aspect is recorded, but under this not recorded. The next is nature of accounts. Nature of accounts means we have two types of accounts will be there. One is personal accounts and impersonal accounts. We know already personal accounts. Impersonal accounts means impersonal accounts are again classified into two types, that are real accounts and nominal accounts. Under this double entry system, all types of accounts are maintained. All types of accounts are maintained, but in single entry system cash and personal accounts are maintained. Only cash and personal accounts are maintained. The next is trial balance. Trial balance, under this, for what purpose we will prepare the trial balance? To know the arithmetical accuracy of the records is getting correctly or not. Okay, under this double entry system, arithmetical accuracy of the records can be checked by preparing this trial balance. Under this single entry system, arithmetical accuracy cannot be checked since the trial balance cannot be prepared. In this trial balance prepared under the single entry system, trial balance cannot be prepared. The next is determination of true profit or loss. For every accountant, they will prepare the final accounts. Now they want to know the true profit or loss of the business. So under this double entry system, true profits or losses can be determined by preparing trading and profit and loss account. How we know the true profit or loss? By preparing the trading account and profit and loss account. For trading account, we know the gross profit. For preparing profit and loss account, we know the net profit or loss. Next, under the single entry system, only estimated profits or losses can be determined. Trading and profit and loss account cannot be prepared. Only estimated profits and losses. estimate, we have to estimate these profits or losses. Under the single entry system, trading account, profit and loss account cannot be prepared. The next is financial position. Financial position. Financial position means balance sheet. Under the double entry system, true financial position can be known by preparing the balance sheet. With the preparing the balance sheet, we will know the correct financial position or not. Without preparing balance sheet, can we know the financial position? No. That's why in the double entry system, we will prepare the balance sheet. Under the single entry system is only estimated financial position. Only estimated financial position can be known on the basis of the statement of affairs. Under the single entry system, we will prepare the statement of affairs. That statement of affairs discussed in later classes. The next is adjustments. Okay, adjustments. Here under this double entry system, all types of adjustments are made while preparing this final accounts. While preparing final accounts, we have to see some adjustments now. Whenever we have to prepare final accounts, after giving the trial balance, at the end they will give some adjustment. With the based upon the adjustment, we will prepare the final accounts now. So that's why in double entry system, all types of adjustments are made. In incomplete or single entry system, no special attention is given to the adjustments. The next is utility. Utility is, it is used by all types of traders. Is all types of traders. Under the single entry system is used only by the small traders. Okay, this double entry system is followed by the all traders, but the single entry system is used by the small traders. The next is recognition. So under this double entry system, records are maintained according to the system that are recognized by the government, and this is single entry system is not recognized by the government. These are the differences between the single entry system and the double entry system. In the next class, we will discuss it. What are the limitations? What are the methods of a single entry system? Okay, this is our today's class.